What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. So in this video, I want to talk about 6 ways that narcissists communicate. And it's a way that makes you kind of feel like a child in a sense. Because the narcissists, they always have this attitude like they're so above you, like they're an authority, and like they know so much more than you. So in their mind, you're kind of beneath them. So they speak to you in ways like they have to kind of stoop down to your level of communicating so that you can understand. In other words, like you're remedial or something like that. So these 6 ways that narcs communicate, they say things that are kind of cringy. It may also be like the T word. I can't even say that word in the videos anymore. They're not going to monetize me. But they say things that are, it makes you feel a way. It takes you there. And I'm going to get more to that in a little bit. But they say things like, way to go. When you complete a task at work or something that was a little challenging, something that you were kind of worried that you won't accomplish, something that you didn't think you would complete on time, and they know about it. You talk to them about things, even things outside of work, and they say stuff like, way to go, if you update them and let them know where you're at with everything. Like, why are you talking to me that way? I'm not a child. And then another thing they say is, now this is what I used to get a lot from her at work, the narc at work. And she still says this, but she says it to other people. But she don't say it to them as much as she says. She would say like, good girl. Like, and again, that goes back to when you kind of share your thoughts with them about anything. And you're like, I'm so happy I was able to do this. Or I'm happy I was able to do that. Or this weekend I'll finally be able to, just any conversation in general. They look at it as, a pat on the back to you for something so minor. I've been so swamped with school, I haven't had time to, work on my garden. I finally put some plants down this weekend, stuff like that. Good girl. Like, why are you speaking to me that way? I'm not a child. You don't have to say good girl, and I'm not a dog. You say good girl to your dog. I got a dog, and I don't even talk to her that way. The third thing they say is, now I've been hearing her say this at work a lot, and it's pertaining to reality shows. She loved to watch reality shows. She fantasized that, she could be one of the cast members. She's highly opinionated about these TV shows that she watched. So she wants other people to share their opinion about it. But what's the point if they can't have their own opinion about it? If they don't share the same opinion as her, she have a problem with them. That's why I'm so glad that there's no communication. Like, I cut it off. I don't have to deal with that no more. However, I still hear it at work. I hear the way she communicate with the other coworkers. And she say stuff like, did you watch The Housewives last night? Or she don't even say that anymore. She say, did you do your homework? And I'm like, and she be so serious. Narcissists are so serious the way they communicate with you when they think you're a child. And I kind of think that comes from their childhood and the way their parents treated them. Like it was always something they had to accomplish. And so that is going to always be in the back of their mind. And they can't help but to communicate that way with adults in their adulthood. They feel that that's the safest way to show that, they've done something good. I don't know. That's just my way of thinking about it. Like, what other reason would you speak that way to adults? People that are even older than you. She even speak that way to our boss. Like, good girl if she's like, oh, I forgot my medicine in the car, because our boss is an older lady. And she was like, I forgot to take my vitamins the last 2 days or whatever, or my blood pressure pill or something. I took it yesterday. Good girl. Like, girl, what the? Yes, that's the way she talked. Number 4, you know how people say sis or bro? She has to add a little onto it. Little bro, little sis. You always have to be beneath her. That's the way they communicate. And I'm telling y'all from my experience, that's why I'm saying her, because I hear her saying it a lot. But I also hear men speak this way. You know, mostly my ex. And he used to speak to me in a way where he would say things like, you know, like the way you communicate with your woman, you don't, like, there's a way of role playing and saying things like, you know, like, I'm your daddy, or call me daddy. You know, y'all know things like that. But with him, it was cringy because it went from role play to, I want you to call me daddy, in a way where that is your paternal, like, you know, your parent, like your father. That's another way that is sick and just unstable of them. That's a way that they communicate to you, like, you know, like, didn't daddy tell you? Like, first of all, this is besides what we were, you know, you going too far, you're doing too much now. This is getting kind of weird. You know, you're taking it out of role play, and now you're acting like I'm really your daughter. Like, that's crazy. That's sick. You know, but that's the way they communicate. Again, it goes back to the way that their mind has been programmed to respond to things getting accomplished when they were younger. And I'm no, you know, professional on this, but that's just the way I kind of think of it. Like, what other reason would they speak that way? Especially so many years down the line into adulthood. Like, they're not even realizing how they communicate to other people. You know, it's so branded in them to for what they've gone through, like a trauma. It's like they can't help but to speak out loud that way, because it's always on their mind. This is something they never really deal with, something they never really touch base with and understand why they feel that way. They don't even realize that they're speaking that way to other people. But yeah, he would say things like, what daddy told you. I'm like, first of all, stop talking like that, because you're making me mad now. You're saying you're doing it too much, and it's not fun anymore. Like, you don't have to do all that, you know. And it started to make you question them a little bit. Like, are you okay? Is something wrong with you? Like, who speaks that way to their partner when you're not in role play? Like, it's just a big difference. Y'all comment down below if y'all know what I'm talking about. And another way that they communicate with you to kind of take control and at the same time manipulate you, like, into, you know, taking a role away from you, is by saying stuff like, no, I'll do it. Say, for instance, there's you know, like, if you're in a relationship with a narc and you're invited to a party or something, and you want to come up with a dish or something else, like you're invited to something and you want to bring a gift or something, the narcissist, they will be like, no, I'll take care of it. If you could just give me the money and I'll buy it. And they really act like that they are just like dismissing you from doing a major part. Well, if I'm contributing money wise, that is assisting you in a big way. I may as well go out and buy the gift as well if I'm going to give you the money to go buy it. Because, see, they do this because they want to be looked at a certain way. It's all about image to a narcissist, you know, and in that way, they still kind of take control and put themselves above you. Like, if they're, you know, they're doing the bigger part of something, and they kind of put you on the back burner, they put you beneath them, like, what you do don't really matter. You know, you don't contribute as much as they are because you're not actually going out doing the footwork. But I'm giving you the money, and you wouldn't have been able to do the footwork. You wouldn't have been able to go into the store and purchase certain items if I wouldn't have gave you the money. But of course, they don't look at it that way. If you point things out to them that way, if you know what they're doing, like if you catch on to it, if you're aware of what they're doing and you point it out to them, You know, of course it's going to make them mad because they know now that you can't just fool them, and, you know, they can't manipulate you into thinking a certain way. You know, just knowing is a powerful thing over a narcissist, because once you know, you know. And it's just them, you know, taking a chance at all times, trying to fool you, trying to get you to see things a certain way, trying to control you. Like the cycle, you know, of abuse, it just does not stop. It continues for as long as you continue to play the game and give them the same old response that they are expecting from you. But those are the 6 ways that narcissists communicate. Very unhealthy way of communicating, because the way things stick to them and have stuck to them after so many years, you know, going back to their childhood, it can even stick to you like that. Like I say, what, it's been 2 years now since I've been no contact with the narcissist, and it's like those things still, they're in my mind. It's like, not in my mind like it bothers me. It's in my mind to where it's just something I'll never forget. Like I understand now why they act the way they do. I understand why they communicate the way they do. They don't understand it, but I do. You know, and people, they subject themselves to that type of behavior from narcissists just to keep the peace, just to stay in a safe place. And that's not good, because, you know, you shouldn't make things so peaceful for someone else, you know, and at the same time, you're uncomfortable with it. You're not really content with it. You're holding in, you're bottling in how you really feel, you know, just to make things peaceful for them, just to make sure that they're always satisfied with you. That's not a good thing. And once you start to realize that something is just not right with the way a person communicates, it's best that you confront them with it, or you point it out right then and there. You point it out within seconds of them doing it, so that they won't continue to do it, and they won't feel like that they have it like that with you. You know, it's good to just let them know that things have to change, and that'll kind of further determine a person's, you know, what their plans are with you. Like, only time really could tell. Only time will tell. Just like now with the situation dealing with my son and his personal life and everything. And I see a lot of y'all saying like we're praying for you and everything, but it's really not me that need the prayers. When I did that video, it's him that need the prayers. I really wasn't trying to make that about me. I was just letting y'all know why I had went away for a while, because I was dealing with that with him, because that's my child, you know. But the thing about it is, it's just like he's just accepting things just to keep the peace. That's why I see it at now. But as much as I talk to him, as much as he claimed that he understands, he still remains in the situation. So, you know, only time will tell if this person is really playing a game well enough to keep them there, to show them I've changed, I could be a better person. I don't know. Y'all know me, I don't ever see a narcissist changing for the better. I just don't. But, you know, I just kind of understand how certain situations go over a period of time, where a person could kind of show you better, and then it can go on for a while, and later on they change out of the blue once things go left. They don't know how to handle it that way, you know, when you reject them, or when you give them a taste of their own medicine, or when you just put them to the test, which I'm not advising anyone to do. It's a very dangerous thing to do, is to you know, just treat a narcissist the way they treat you out of the blue with no warning. That's dangerous. It's best to always just be upfront and open and honest with them, to let them know what you're not gonna deal with. But yeah, that concludes this video. Those are just the 6 ways that narcissists communicate. You know, if y'all have anything to add on to that list, feel free to leave it down below. And I'll probably have, you know, a few more ways, point out a few more ways of the way they communicate in another video. But those are just the ones that I could think of as of now. So thank y'all for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.